Namaskar. Welcome to today's session. Today's session is about analytics and reporting. As we have heard a lot about big data, data analysis, data analytics, so we have been seeing that from quite some time data have become the buzzword, and it's one of the most powerful tools based on which companies can make or break their future. So today's session is going to be focused upon the relevance and importance and dynamics of how you can analyze the data, why it is important for marketing and for businesses to grow and prosper and sustain themselves. We will be talking about all such issues today. So before we dive deep into the topic, I would like to share few important and interesting facts with you. So this slide talks about certain trends which are researched and people have gained insight about it. So this trend talks about that how marketing campaigns and the ROI that we attain from those campaigns have risen, just in case if the campaigns were very much data driven, they were very well informed, they were tailored based on the insights that they gathered from the data. So we can see that 6 times a company have grown if it have laid down all its strategies and policies based on the data that they have fetched and based on the analysis that they have done for the fetched data. 72% of the manufacturing companies say that they have improved drastically in terms of production based on whatever insight they got from data. That means initially when they were producing, there were a lot of wastage, or maybe there were things which were produced which were not accepted well by the consumers. So now if they are very much data driven, they are focused and they are using the insights that they get from the data, in that case they are able to reduce the number of wastage that happens. They are able to produce products which are very close to the consumer and very well received by them, picked up well, bought well, so that have enhanced their profitability. Similarly, 63% of the companies say that they have got a lot of profit just because of the data analytics. By the use of data analytics, they were able to excel in their profitability. Similarly, 80% of the businesses say that data is enhancing their capabilities and their insight about how to do business, how to progress, etc. So these are some interesting facts that very well establishes the importance of why data is important. And since already we have discovered that data is something which is very important and relevant in order to keep you ahead of the competition, so let's see that how these processes go on. So for next couple of minutes, this is going to be the flow of presentation. Initially, we will be talking about Google Analytics because that is topping the charts in terms of any other analytical tools. Then we will be talking about different elements of analytics. Then we will be sharing some insight into the applications of where analytics is being used. And in the end, we will be talking about some matrices of performance of digital marketing. Okay, so now let's talk about actually what data is, what data analytics is, and what Google Analytics is. So basically, Google Analytics is a tool that gives your business a data-driven insight of the user's behavior. That means all the consumer behavior is translated into certain actionable business data with the help of analytics. We are able to understand what consumers are doing online and also the reason of why they are doing so and what predicts their behavior. Those predictable behavior demeanors are converted into digital marketing campaigns, and that results or that yields into a lot of profit and a more focused approach towards the customers. So now we can very well analyze that analytics boosts the effectiveness of all the marketing campaigns by ensuring that the correct audience are being targeted with relevant advertisement and through most relevant channels as well. So if you are able to target specified set of audiences which are really meant for your product, there is a high possibility for you to get more conversions in return. Similarly, if you are using an appropriate channel to reach out to them, again, then in that case, you are able to make up your mark quite well. So you are able to create or curate tailored promotions for such clients, and that helps you in increasing your return on investment, getting more conversion, building more awareness about your product, bringing more traffic to your websites. So basically, it's a comprehensive view of what's working and what's not, what your consumers or your customers or your target audience likes and what they do not like, right? Similarly, data analytics or Google Analytics, it consists of processes and technologies that enables a marketer to effectively evaluate the success and the value of digital marketing initiatives, because we know that if we do not have a digital presence, we are already obsolete. So you cannot make up your mark, you cannot stand into the market until and unless you do not have a digital presence. Now, in order to boost that presence, you have to conduct certain marketing campaigns which are digitally sound, right, for these digital platforms. Now, data analytics, or it helps us in identifying those trends, examining those patterns, and making a very calculated data driven decision based on whatever comes out of that search, right? So in case if you are able to incorporate digital marketing analytics into your business, and if you are integrating your data across your marketing strategies, you definitely can create a holistic view of marketing and you are able to succeed a lot into the market. That is the reason why companies are able to mint a lot of money, those who are savvy to such analytical tools. So basically, there are three major elements of marketing analytics. First one talks about accurate and timely data collection. See, you need to collect the data right on time and it should be accurate also. For example, if you have devised certain survey form, or maybe you are observing certain trends, if your data is not accurate, if it is somehow skewed or deterred based on certain elements which have cropped up into the environment which are not letting you to get the real data collected, so in that case all your efforts might go in vain. So it's very essential for you to have an accurate data, and that too on timely basis. Now once you have collected an accurate data and it is timely collected as well, in that case this next step which you need to do is you need to analyze that data, and based on your analysis you are able to decode the trends and patterns that are available into the market. Because just in case if your trends are, so these decoding of the trends and patterns become very important for any marketer, because they are the real currency these days. Based on these trends and patterns, you are able to devise your product. You are able to incorporate new features into your product. So analyzing the data and decoding the data also becomes equally important as the data collection is. And there are very advanced tools which help in doing so. For example, you have Google Search Console, which is a free SEO tool which is designed for monitoring the troubleshooting website that appears in the search result. So such type of similar tools are available in the market free of cost. Also, few of them are available free of cost, few are chargeable. There are agencies who do such tasks for you. So definitely whatever data is collected, that needs to be analyzed quite well and interpreted in a very powerful manner so that it can bring insight for your things. And last of all is acting on insight from generated data. So once you've got certain insight, you are able to draw certain conclusions out of the patterns that are visible to you. Now it's time for you to act upon those insights, because if you are again not acting timely, you might lose in the race. So it's all very timely, it is all very spontaneous, things happen, trends come, they go, they fade away. This is how the entire cycle of fashion, trends, choices, patterns keep on changing. So you need to generate those insight from the data, and based on that, you have to uh, enact on them. You have to formulate your strategies based on them. So let's talk about the application of analytics. There are certain aspects. So talking about applications of analytics. So analytics have application in almost all the wakes of a business. It is a multi-dimensional tool which is useful and fruitful for all the business operations. So let's talk about few focused one which are the main core areas in which analytics have helped us a lot. First one is data mining. So as we are all aware that every company is crunching and munching data. So and those data are very much important for companies in order to devise some tailored promotional strategies for the consumer and to reach out well to them. So data mining helps in mining the data, refining the data, removing the things which are not very essential, highlighting the things which are very much essential, which can be taken care of while we are making certain decisions or establishing certain strategies. So that is one of the application of analytics, data mining. Secondly, it helps in getting an insightful research about buyers persona. So in order to reach out to your consumer quite well at a personalized level, you need to know their persona. You need to develop their likes, their dislikes, their hobbies, where do they spend their time, how do they spend their time. So if you are aware about your client's persona or their details about their likes and dislikes, it becomes very easy for you to reach out to them. It becomes very easy for you to devise and derive the content which they would possibly like. So again, this is also a very important aspect. Then it helps us in analyzing the competitor's strategy as well. So far when we have been talking about marketing, we have discussed certain tools, certain application like Porter's 5 force model, and several other blue ocean strategies wherein we try to analyze our competitors' strengths and weaknesses. Now here through analytics, you have a very good and clear representation of what your competitor is doing, how they are doing it, in what direction they are moving, and based on that, you can also play offensive by knowing your competitors move well in advance. It also helps in analyzing the collected data. Definitely, that is the primary work and objective of analytics, that whatever data is collected, it helps in analyzing and interpreting that data, and those interpreted uh, things or interpreted insights are actually translated into certain strategies. Similarly, it helps in using certain analytical tools like dashboard, which makes your decision making faster and quicker and very apt as well. So those tools are very useful, and everybody needs to be very well equipped and groomed up with these tools, because majority usage of such tools will definitely help in enhancing the proficiency of your organization. Then it also helps you in predicting the market trends. So you not only get to know about what is ongoing right now, but it is also possible for you to predict and prognosticate about things which will happen in near future and how the market is going to shape up. So based on those predictive analysis, you can definitely devise your descriptive strategies. It helps also in creating a very unique and creative visual appeal. With the help of analytics, you can do that, which helps in alluring the customers to a great extent. Then it also helps in reporting and finding things which are not falling in place, wherein there is certain gap which could be filled up, wherein you can rectify things and get a better result in return. So all these areas are very much touched upon by analytics, and it is giving a great contribution to all the businesses in terms of all these areas. Next, we will be talking about how to measure the digital marketing performance. So, it's just a set of 5 strategies, but they are very intense, they are very deep, and it require a lot of effort and insight in order to actually measure the performance of digital marketing. But in case if you do not do so, you will definitely land up in making the same mistakes again and again. So it's always better to be pre-warned about things. So the key of every digital marketing analytics is to quickly access the customer data from multiple sources and unify the whole thing and get insight into it and get results and enact based on whatever data you have analyzed. So, whether it's a first party data collected from your user through your website or sources, or social media, survey, SaaS application, or whether you have invested in hiring somebody for collecting such data. So, whatever the case might be, the data need to be very much reliable and scalable. And if your data is not reliable, then it might lead to certain defaulty results, which could be a major blunder for your business strategies. So definitely, you need to be very particular about from where are you fetching the data and how it is being fetched. So the first stage of measuring the marketing performance is to collect, consolidate the data and generate insight out of it. So if you are able to, read within the lines, get greater insight from that, definitely you will shape up your strategies quite well, which will bring you closer to your clients and which will help in increasing the life expectancy of the consumer, or the click rate or the conversion rate. In every way you will definitely be benefited out of it. Then second step of measuring performances, you need to create meaningful marketing matrices out of it. So whatever data is generated and whatever insights you are able to gather out of it, in case if those insights are not converted into meaningful marketing strategies, then it is all in vain. Thirdly, you need to track the customer's journey, that how the customer have traveled and evolved over the year. What was his initial liking? Maybe after reading certain things, now he's been diverted to certain other aspect and he's looking for some new thing. Maybe that is the time wherein you can intervene and you can somehow associate those new features into your product as well, so that the customer remains glued to you and to your products. So you need to track the customer's journey, that how his set of inclinations or his choice set moving or changing. Based on that, you'll have to shape up your strategies as well. Then the fourth point talks about invest in appropriate analytical tools to gain insight faster. Yes, because market is filled up with many tools of analytics. You need to choose the right one so that you can get an appropriate and apt result, timely result, which can be enacted upon. And finally, you need to develop a model that measures and that predicts for the future, because it is not only about what you have done in the past, it is not only about what you are doing currently, rather, it is more about how the future should look like. So, it gives you a glimpse of the bigger picture of how things would happen in case if you are taking such and such measures. So that predictive analysis is something which is really insightful, which is the backbone of this entire analytics being done. And these predictive indications definitely help you in growing in the right direction, as is seeked upon by your related clients or your customers or your target audience. So, in the end, to sum up or to wrap up, I would say that you cannot survive and live without analytics. In order to, outperform in the market, in order to have an edge over others, definitely you need to take assistance of analytical tools. If you do not have those capability inbuilt in your organization, do hire somebody else. You try to outsource that particular aspect of your business, but do not ever stay into the market without usage of such tools, because that won't take you very long. That will not help you in sustaining into the market for the long run. So with that, I would like to end my today's session. Thank you so much.